Good morning, Internet. We are finally getting ready to get into space. As you can see, I've had my dupes just digging like mad lads. We're starting to core out the oil biome to get the fossil. I don't need the oil down here because I found an oil biome up at the top. So I'm just, as they explore, dig, toss some suits down there with extra gas. I've got my transit system going. All right. I'm also cleaning up some water from the bottom of the map. So down here, I'm in a bit of a mess, and unfortunately it's mixed and slightly germy. So I've got to run it through my cleaning room. Unfortunately, when you have polluted and clean water, it screws up and can sometimes let germy polluted water through, even though it shouldn't. So I've got it disconnected as I slowly empty out these tanks. Boom, turn it back, I'll turn off this side, fill them all up again, let it decompress. Water-wise, this tank is full. I did the math on my two water geysers, this cool slush and the steam vent, and technically combined they're producing about 3.5 kilos a second overall, which is not quite enough for the base. Because I've got 2 with that oxygen, another 4 there, and another 1 with that oil well. So I'm gonna need 7 kilos a second eventually. But I found a saltwater geyser and some other stuff that'll help. Over here I found the second most useful thing to find in Badlands. The most useful is thimbleweed. If you find that early, it just makes you not have to ranch Drecos. But a gold volcano. This thing has a crazy fast cycle time where it's every 50 cycles it cycles on and off. I've just got this nice simple system now that we have the thermal rail sensor. As soon as this stuff gets below 125, dump it out. Don't care about the power, it's just slowly collecting gold. And then my one oil well running, I'm not running petroleum generators, so I don't need a whole lot of oil. And since it was conveniently located next to a volcano, we have our petroleum boiler. Ooh, we do have a broken pipe. Reason why I left this open is so we can get in there and fix stuff. Might turn this down. With volcanoes, whenever it injects heat, it might inject just a little bit too much. And as you saw, even though I've got this spread out a bit, it got a little too hot right there. But that's okay. I'm only running 3.2 kilos a second through this valve. That's just about enough so that whenever they vent this well, there's enough oil left over to keep the counterflow going. And then standard infinite, compressive storage here. At 3 kilos a second, that's going to be enough to run my entire rocket system. I melted some plastic, so we've got some naphtha down here. I like the new automation for the liquid vents. Makes this setup easier. Just a pitcher pump for petroleum so that they can use it for making jet suits. Got the big Atmos suit dock in, and I'm just decided this is the top. Everything above this needs suits. Right now I'm starting to put in the bunker doors and space mining. I put that in the wrong place. With the standard sea miners, once you find a system that works in this game, you tend to just repeat it. I'll probably just take this all the way over to the side of the map and then should have enough room to put solar underneath it. And getting prepared for 8 rockets, so you might as well think about where you're going to put stuff when you're building it in the first place. I would say it cuts down on the pipe overlay, but my pipe overlay is just a disaster. Especially this section, all this counterflow, cooling. It's worked out pretty well. Once I got everything down to temperature, the base stays nice and stable off of one aquatuner. This is all hot because I dumped a bunch of regolith down there. Speaking of regolith, there's some more. If I need more petroleum, I've got another 2 oil wells up here, so I could run a bunch more, but I think 3 kilos a second is going to be more than enough in such a nice low power system. But right now it's just, I finally, still don't have a whole lot of iron, but I've at least got, or iron ore, but at least I have enough that I can queue up stuff and build it. That's the main reason I've been coring out the entire base, is just to make enough iron ore that I could build things. Probably end up putting the transportation grid up to here. I don't know if those mess with... I'm assuming the transit tube access messes with the telescope and the space scanners, but I'm going to put in probably 6 scanners. So yeah, we'll put the telescope directly underneath there. Hey, I have some gold amalgam finally. That's what I get for being up in space. There's no reason to build it out of gold amalgam other than I feel like it. Yeah, it should be far enough away. Just making sure I'm far enough away from the space scanner that I don't interfere with it too much. I mean, these will interfere with that one, but this one should be fine. Should end up at like 60-70% coverage, which is more than enough. That's actually a question. Do transit tube access? I've never put one up in space. I don't know if they produce heat. Doesn't look like it. Let's check out one that actually exists. Should be fine. Just because it's so far from where the exosuit dock is, might as well put in a transit tube. Yeah, then we'll see if it interferes. If it does, fine, we'll put in more scopes. I'm keeping everything on airflow tiles, just so whatever solar or anything else I do doesn't get interfered with. And then the big runs down here at oxygen. I haven't quite decided how I'm going to do the liquid oxygen system yet. So that tube runs to there, so I can come off of this. Yeah. I'll have to get a whole power spine sent up that way before I come through over here. In fact, that's a perfect place for it. Yeah, no. Here. Yeah, once I dig over there, then I can bring that up and put in a transformer box and batteries, whatever else I feel like up here. And then over here will be the first 2 rocket silos. And queue up. Once I finally got some fossil in all my ranching, has definitely helped get enough line to make steel. And this being Badlands, I have all of the iron in the world. It's too bad you can't build bunker doors out of iron. Come on, meteors are made out of iron. Should be fine. I'm sure some of those will get beat up at some point. Don't care. That should be the rocket silos. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep. 8 rockets should be enough. If I want to add more, I can. Probably need more ranchers. Bubble. Been adding a lot of dupes once I get the food sorted out, just so I can get all the suit wearing trained up, because that just takes a long time. Oh, I'm all out of steel. That's fine. How am I doing fossil-wise? Alright, I still got 5 tons over here. Up to 7. I did find a poke shell. Not sure if I'm gonna ranch it yet. Yeah, temperature-wise, we're doing okay. Yeah, those get a little warm, but it's not that big of a deal. Yeah, we're dormant again, and I don't know how those bugs get in there. I guess they come through my water lock, but whatever. We got plenty stored up. Plenty of hydrogen stored up, which is pretty good. I switched my power over to run straight off of the power grid, so I'm not burning any excess hydrogen. And then I brought a coal line up here as emergency backup power if need be. Ranching wise, my Drecos and Glossy Drecos have gone insane. Where am I on dirt? Dirt is holding about even. I think I'm short some pips. Yeah. So those pips have actually been keeping up. I'm very happy with that. I was not expecting the pips to produce enough dirt to run this many mealwood. Oh shit, these all died. I'm actually just gonna turn that off. I don't need any more of those. I got more than enough reed fiber Drecos over there. Where am I on reed fiber? Industrial ingredient. Number 200 reed fiber should be plenty. And I've got all of these that'll keep slowly producing reed fiber from. And I've already got a ton of suits and jet suits and everything else. Yeah, I can't build directly over those. Something to build directly and get the dirt back from the farm tiles. There's no good way of doing that without releasing all the hydrogen. Yeah, once I dig that up, then I'll use up even less dirt, and I can just run 3 actual ranches to produce eggs, and these guys will keep going nuts. Or am I on plastic? Yeah, 20 tons of plastic. This worked out great once you got it going. And that's 20 tons of plastic after making plastic ladders and transit tubes and everything else that's good. Yeah, so that's where the base is at. I haven't explored over here yet, but it looks like I've got another cold biome. Mostly I'm just digging the map as much as possible to get the last of that ore out. Ooh, I have a geode down here. Another 11 kilos. It's a ton of fossil. Alright. Yeah, I might have to prioritize some more digging down here. Oh, and another geyser. What I really want to find is a polluted water geyser. Those are my favorite. Oh, another salt water. Okay, so we are good on water once we cooled that down. Found an iron volcano, which is useless. I mean, on this map, you just don't need iron. So yeah, with all the ice I've got there and the polluted ice I've got there. Like that's probably where all this water is coming from, is this ice is now melting. I wonder if it tells me. Yeah, because I can't reach it, doesn't say that I have it. Okay, so that's where we're at. Hopefully when I'm back we will have space scanners going and I'll start working on my steam rocket. Hope you all have a wonderful day and get out and enjoy it.